Good day. I'd like to share my latest project with you. It's a waste oil burner. And before I get going here, I'd like to thank two individuals, Ozzirt or Spike, who appears to have started this design, and Untitled. They're both Australians, and they have a lot of good information out there. And I've watched their videos many times to get where I am today. I started this about 4 weeks ago, and I'm pretty pleased on how things are progressing. It is not finished. I keep changing things each weekend, or each day as the case may be. And what I want to do is go right through this from top to bottom. I'll take it apart completely, let you see what I've done. If you have suggestions, please let me know, because like I say, I keep changing it just about every day. I've had about 4 test burns with it, and it gets a little better each time. Yesterday I did a test burn, and the drums, unfortunately my temperature gauge, my non-contact thermometer only goes up to about 750 degrees, and the drums, I'm guessing, were about 800 degrees, and I know the secondary burner was about 900 to 1,000 degrees, because it was just starting to turn cherry red. So things are burning very efficiently. There's absolutely no smoke coming out of the chimney, and so we'll take it step by step. I've done the things similar to the other designs, and a few areas I've done things a little differently, and so here we go. And I'll try to give you the sizes of everything as I go through, because I'm here to learn, and I hope everybody else can take this as a learning experience. First off, I could not get the brake drums that I really wanted to. The weather's just been atrocious, and so it's just not user-friendly out in the junkyards right now. So these two were available, and they're about 14 inches in diameter, as I recall. They're about 40 pounds each. And likewise, I could not really get the pot I wanted. I got this off Craigslist for $20 or something like that, and well, it may not be perfect. For experimentation, it works fine, and it was inexpensive. The bottom plate is 18 by 18 1/8-inch steel. I use 3/4-inch black iron pipe for the legs, coming up to a 1/4-inch plate that's 12 by 12. I've cut a hole in there for the secondary burner, and I have a 1/4-inch plate on top of the cast iron pot, which I've cut, and I have a ring welded on the inside, which you'll see later, to help seal it. So as I come up here, I'll start taking things apart. Again, this ring I just fabricated myself, and I have 7/16 threaded rod running down through top to bottom to hold things together. So I'll lift that off, and there's my brake drum on top, and so I'll pull this off, and it's about 40 pounds. Okay, set that on the floor. One thing I did different, because I was just putting so much fire up the flue, when I was in the junkyard, I noticed these cast steel drain pipe caps. So they're fairly robust, and so I've located those on the threaded rod inside the brake drums, and that just forces the flames out against the drums, and they heat up pretty good. And of course, because of expansion, when this thing gets hot, nothing is bolted down inside here. I just have 1/2-inch black iron pipe, which I put over the rods, which I think helps with erosion from the heat on the threaded rod, and everything just floats. Okay. As you can see, I have the unit pretty well disassembled, the drums are off and the threaded rod are taken off. I try to make everything so I can disassemble it and reassemble it so I can keep changing design. There's the cast iron pot. I'm experimenting with this little device there where the oil comes down from the dripper tube and hits that and hopefully gets it atomized a little quicker. I'll try that again today. The one thing that I was kind of pleased is the spring mechanism, and this was really inexpensive, and all it is, I went to my local tractor supply store, and this is just tines off a hay rake, and I mounted it on a piece of half-inch black iron pipe, and then I have a turnbuckle, so I can change the tension if I need to, and it just works well. And I'll show you a side view, but I was pleased how that turned out. Now to Spike's, he's given some answers and advice to other people, and I couldn't find a cylinder liner to meet the diameter of my brake drums, so what I wound up doing was just taking lengths of 1/8 inch thick, half-inch wide flat bar stock, and I think there's 45 segments, and I actually used the brake drums as a jig, and I just welded it around the top, the center, and the bottom. Now to Spike's comment about agitation to try to mix the gases as they come up through the secondary burner, all I've done is I drilled some holes, very tight holes, and I basically just drove some 16-penny nails in, and so as the gases come up, they strike them and they hopefully mix the gases a little better. So we'll see how they last, and if by chance they wear out, I've got plenty of 16-penny nails. But you can see the burner end, you can see I tried just when I welded the segments up, I left a 40,000th gap with no holes, and that did not seem to work too well. So I made a little jig yesterday, and I went back and I added probably 400 holes, 1/8 inch diameter holes through, and I got a much better burn. So, and originally I tried using smaller diameter fuel feed line, did not work, so I had to go up to 1/2 inch OD for the fuel feed. Side view, I flipped this up. There's a side view, let you see. I tried to run the pipe around to get a little extra preheat going into the burner. Again, there's a 1/4 inch plate, and I just formed up a ring to fit snugly on the inside of the cast iron pot. If I can set this thing down here, there's the one thing I did different is I just mounted that angle iron on the inside of the ring to drip into the pot, and there's the spring which holds the pot up against the burner. This works really well. I was pleased how that turned out. Took a little bit of thought, but it was inexpensive, quick, and worked well. So we'll set her back down here, and got a good Nita valve off eBay, and that works well. Unremarkable, as Spike says. So what we're going to do is put this back together and fire it up, and let's just see how it runs. Well, as you can see, I've got the unit reassembled, and I've got the fire lit, and it's been running about 10 minutes or so. To start it, all I do is I put a piece of paper towel saturated with a little kerosene or denatured alcohol, and I take my trusty torch, and I just come up here and give it a shot, and off she goes. Like I say, right now you can see the drip rate is pretty slow. If I take a tube here and stick it down the air hole, you can see there's no oil at all on there. So it's getting vaporized quite quickly. If I take some temperatures here, that's 551 degrees. That's 494 degrees. The secondary burn chamber is 600 and, depending where I get, that's over 750 degrees. That's 700 degrees. The cast iron pot is 600 and, that's over 700 degrees. That's over 700 degrees. Too high for the thermometer to measure. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to turn this off for a second, wind it up a little bit, and see what we can get out of this thing. Okay, I've had I turned the fuel up just a little bit, and I've had it running for about another 5 minutes. And what I wanted to show you was, even though I have that baffle in there, I got some old chimney pipe I'm using right now, you can see the flame is still getting around that and up into the chimney, even with the baffle. Before I had that in there, it was just a straight shot coming out of there. But in any case, works really good. You can see a nice bright flame. I can't even measure the temperatures anymore. I can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, but right about there it's just cherry. And likewise over there it's just cherry. You can see I can't measure the temperature. It's over 800 degrees. The drum is over 800 degrees. It's over 800 degrees there. That top ring is 645 degrees. I also have I'm going back and forth between flues between a wood stove while I'm working on this thing. But the heatilator's up here, and see, I'm getting 360 degrees, 358 degrees coming out of the heatilator. The bottom is 364 degrees. So, I mean, I'm standing back here 6 feet, and I can feel the heat coming off this thing. And it's only been running about 15 minutes. That little pedestal that I put in the bottom of the cast iron pot, I think that really helps. I take a little copper pipe here, put it down inside that, and I mean, there's nothing there. I mean, it's dry. So I think the oil is getting vaporized even before it gets into the bottom of the pot. One last thing, of course, is go look at the stack. So we're going to walk outside here, and you'll see that there's nothing but a heat plume coming out of the stack here. There you go. Nothing. Clean as a whistle. Very pleased. Thanks to all that show their videos, and we all keep learning. Have a nice day.